On a quiet Wednesday evening in Seoul, millions of listeners tune into the popular Korean late-night radio show Starry Night with Kim Gura, expecting the usual comforting voice of veteran host Kim Gura, light banter, and perhaps a few celebrity interviews. What they got instead was something no one could have predicted, a raw, emotional, and heartfelt confession from one of Korea's most beloved actors, Soo Hyun. "I don't know how else to say this," Soo Hyun began, his voice trembling slightly, "but I've fallen for Kim Ji-won deeply, and I want the world to know." The studio reportedly went silent for a few seconds as even the host, known for his wit and composure, seemed momentarily speechless. It wasn't just a confession that left people stunned, it was the sincerity in Soo Hyun's voice, the trembling honesty that could be felt even through the radio waves. This wasn't a PR stunt or a vague statement left open for interpretation. This was a declaration. The confession came after months of speculation surrounding the relationship between Soo Hyun and his Queen of Tears co-star Kim Ji-won. Their on-screen chemistry had sparked rumors and social media frenzies, but neither actor had ever confirmed or denied anything. That silence was shattered in the most unexpected way. Under the soft lighting and quiet ambience of a radio studio, to fully grasp the weight of this moment, it's important to understand the context in which it happened. Only months earlier, Soo Hyun found himself at the center of a controversy involving the late actress Kim Si-ron. The scandal, which included leaked photos of the two at a bar and reports of questionable behavior, shook his reputation and left many fans disappointed. Soo Hyun was never officially charged or found guilty of any misconduct. The damage to his image was palpable. In the aftermath, he withdrew from public life, avoided interviews, and focused on filming Queen of Tears. Many speculated that the pressure had gotten to him, that perhaps he would never fully recover his place in the public eye. But what the public didn't know was that during that dark period, Kim Ji-won had quietly become his anchor. "She saw me for who I was," Soo Hyun said on the radio. "Not for the headlines, not for the image, not for the noise. Just me." His words resonated with many listeners, not just as fans of celebrity romance but as human beings who understand the value of emotional honesty. In a culture that often demands perfection from its stars, Soo Hyun was doing the unthinkable, being vulnerable. Social media exploded within minutes. Twitter and Instagram were flooded with hashtags like #KimSooHyunConfession and #G1SooHyun. Fans posted reaction videos, memes, and heartfelt messages of support. "I can't believe this is real. My heart is racing." One user tweeted, "Kim Ji-won deserves the world, and he knows it. This is beautiful," another commented. But as with all things in the celebrity world, not everyone was convinced. A vocal minority accused Soo Hyun of orchestrating a distraction to steer attention away from the lingering effects of the Kim Si-ron scandal. Critics pointed to the timing, noting that his image had only recently begun to recover thanks to the success of Queen of Tears. Yet those who listened to the full broadcast found it hard to believe it was all an act. Soo Hyun's voice cracked more than once. He paused several times, clearly grappling with emotion. Kim Gura, who has been in the industry long enough to sniff out insincerity, offered his support during the broadcast, saying, "This isn't the Soo Hyun the tabloids wrote about. This is a man in love." The scandal with Kim Si-ron had left a scar, both publicly and personally. The two were photographed together late at night, seemingly intoxicated, at a bar in Seoul. Although Soo Hyun claimed they were merely acquaintances and had coincidentally run into each other, the media frenzy was relentless. The tragedy of Kim Si-ron's passing only added layers of pain and confusion. Soo Hyun did not speak about the scandal publicly until now. "I made mistakes," he said softly. "Didn't handle things the way I should have. I didn't speak up when I should have." During that time, Ji-won was there. Quietly, without judgment, he reminded me of who I really am. For many, this was the redemption arc they had hoped for. Not a calculated comeback, but a deeply human moment of reflection, accountability, and courage. His fans, once divided, began to reunite in their support. Even industry insiders expressed admiration. One anonymous entertainment executive noted, "What Soo Hyun did was incredibly risky, but it also showed growth. He didn't deny the past, he owned it and moved forward." That's rare. The impact of the confession extended beyond fan communities, newspapers, online forums. Even morning TV shows discussed it in depth. Mental health experts weighed in on the significance of public vulnerability, especially among male celebrities in Korea, where stoicism is often expected. The emotional weight of Soo Hyun's words, combined with the subtle strength of Kim Ji-won's silence, created a narrative more compelling than any drama. Ji-won had not yet issued an official statement, but hours after the broadcast, she posted a simple photo of a white rose on Instagram with the caption, "Some things bloom best in the light." Fans took this as a confirmation. In the midst of all this, one thing became clear: this was not just another celebrity couple announcement. It was a turning point, for Kim Soo Hyun, for Kim Ji-won, and perhaps for the industry itself. The night ended and the sun began to rise over Seoul. The words Kim Soo Hyun had spoken continued to echo. "I love her," he had said, "and I'm not afraid to say it anymore." Days following Kim Soo Hyun's groundbreaking radio confession, South Korea buzzed with an energy that felt almost electric. News outlets updated by the hour, social media trends shifted constantly, and fans around the world waited with bated breath for a response from Kim Ji-won. When it came, it was subtle, poetic, and unmistakably heartfelt. Her Instagram post, a close-up of a single white rose with the caption "Some things bloom best in the light," was more than enough. The timing, the tone, and the symbolism all pointed to one thing: she accepted his confession. Suddenly, hashtags like #Hyun12025 and #KimJi1Soo Hyun wedding began trending worldwide. Fan forums lit up with wedding predictions, fantasy venue suggestions, and speculative guest lists. One fan even created a digital mock-up of what their wedding invitation might look like, complete with elegant calligraphy and cherry blossom borders. The speculation was not entirely baseless. Industry insiders leaked tidbits suggesting that the two stars had been quietly dating since the end of filming Queen of Tears, maintaining a low profile while navigating the turbulent waves of public scrutiny. A staff member from the production set recalled how the two would often share quiet lunches together and exchange small gifts, gestures that, in hindsight, hinted at a blossoming romance. It wasn't just the fans who were captivated. Major fashion brands, cosmetics companies, and even wedding planners saw potential in the coupling. One luxury wedding brand in Seoul reportedly began drafting an unofficial campaign centered around the pair, just in case. But what made this story truly magnetic was not the glitz or the glamour, it was the humanity. Kim Soo Hyun, once buried under the weight of scandal, had emerged with renewed purpose and emotional clarity. Confession was not just about love, but about healing. And Kim Ji-won, with her quiet strength and unwavering grace, had become the catalyst for that transformation. Their love story, whether it leads to marriage or not, had already become emblematic of a larger shift within Korean entertainment culture. For decades, celebrity couples were expected to keep their relationships hidden, often out of fear of backlash or loss of fan base. Public confessions were rare, and mutual acknowledgments even rarer. What Kim Soo Hyun did was rewrite that narrative. He broke the mold of stoic, impenetrable stardom and offered something different: honesty. A close friend of the actor revealed to a lifestyle magazine that Soo Hyun had been contemplating the confession for weeks. "He told us he didn't want to live in fear anymore," the friend shared. "He said that if loving someone openly meant risking it all, then he was willing, because she was worth it." For Kim Ji-won, her decision to respond with poetic elegance rather than a formal statement only deepened her mystique. She didn't need to say much. Her actions spoke volumes. Media began speculating about possible future plans. Real estate agents reported that Kim Soo Hyun had recently toured luxury homes in the Gangnam district. Rumors swirled about the couple potentially moving in together. Others hinted at a secret family dinner that included both stars' parents, suggesting that things were becoming serious. Meanwhile, Queen of Tears saw a resurgence in viewership, as new fans tuned in to watch the drama that started it all. The scenes between Soo Hyun and Ji-won took on new meaning, layered with the knowledge that something real had taken root behind the camera. Mental health professionals praised the couple for normalizing emotional openness, particularly among men. One therapist noted on a morning talk show, We rarely see male celebrities in Korea take emotional risks like this. It sends a powerful message to young people about the importance of vulnerability and truth. The story of Kim Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won was no longer just a love story. It was a movement, a moment of cultural evolution. And as more fans rallied behind them, calls for transparency, empathy, and genuine connection grew louder. End of the week, Kim Soo Hyun released a follow-up statement on his fan cafe, thanking everyone for their support. He didn't mention marriage, nor did he promise a future he couldn't guarantee. What he offered instead was something infinitely more valuable, a promise to be real. Whether it's acting or loving someone, he wrote, "I want to do it with my whole heart." As Seoul slipped back into its usual rhythm, the initial frenzy began to subside. One thing remained certain: something had changed. Not just for Kim Soo Hyun and Kim Ji-won, but for an entire industry and its audience. And whether or not wedding bells are in the near future, fans everywhere already feel like they've witnessed something timeless. Not just a confession, not just the romance, revolution of the